wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's what you get. I've always wanted to do this race. I think it's definitely one of the classics. You've just got such a diversity of conditions that you can get along the way. I mean, a lot of it's a coastal race, then you've got the Bass Strait, and then it's back into coastal again with some really inshore stuff up towards the end, up the Duroc River. So a really interesting tactical race. I think also, if you have a look around the marina, the quality and the caliber of the yachts that are entering this is really impressive. So I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us to really test our steel against some of the best sailors in the world.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, we've now been joined by the founder and chairman of the Clipper Race, Sir Robin Knox-Johnston. Welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And I can see you're ready to race in your team colours. So just tell me a little bit about that, your second Sydney Hobart.
Well, I'm sailing with one of our training boats because I don't like to get involved in the race. I feel you've got to leave the crews to do their own thing. So I'm sailing with a couple of good friends, and the weather's looking more interesting for us, actually. It's getting better all the time. The more it is on the nose, the better it is for us.
And tell me, the Clipper Race fleet, it's the first time in this race. What does it mean, do you think, to have us here?
Well, I think there's two aspects to that. I think from the first point of view is for our crews. That's my priority. You know, this is one of the two great offshore races with the Fastnet. And to be able to say you've done a Sydney Hobart or a Fastnet always adds cachet to you and says something about you as a sailor. So all our sailors are going to be able to say, I've done a Sydney Hobart, and that will gain them the respect they deserve. From the point of view of the club, I think if you talk to them, they're absolutely delighted. We've brought a bunch of very nice people in here. You know, our crews, all walks of life, are really nice people, and where they've buckled down and worked on their boats and the colour they bring to it, and of course the extra 14 boats that this has brought to their race, they seem to be pretty pleased that we're here.
And you're on board one of two 68s that are going to be permanently based here for a new training base. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we've discovered over the years that the second largest group nationally are Australians. You know, the Brits are first and then the Australians. And really it's quite expensive for them to come all the way to England to train. So we thought, well look, we send two boats out there. One, it cuts their costs. It means we can also service all the people coming from Southeast Asia. And I suspect some Brits will say, actually I'd rather than do it in the winter in the UK, I'd rather fly to Australia and do my training. So we think that this is a positive mood. We think it will encourage more Australians to join the race, and that's welcome because they're very competitive and that adds spice to it.
And there's great atmosphere here. Everybody gets behind this race. The media are all over it, which seems a bit of a stark contrast to what we experienced back in the Fastnets. I mean, is there an explanation for that?
I think the Aussies take sailing as being another sport, one they like doing, whereas in Britain we've got this ridiculous idea that it's elite. You know, as I said to someone at the BBC, listen, if you're going to judge everyone who judge motorists by everyone who owns a Rolls Royce, you'll say every motorist is elite. You're doing exactly the same with sailing. It just isn't like that. It's a massively big participation sport, and you BBC people just haven't got it.
And we've been getting messages of support from all over, some great messages coming for the crews, and a few for yourself from John and Ranulph. Just tell me about those.
There's a lovely message from John Simpson, who was down in South Africa when he wrote it, and then Ran, of course, he's got a great sense of humour, Ran, pulling my leg about one or two things and posting a picture of him standing on my chest with an AK-47 in his hand when we were in the Governor's guest house in Jalalabad when we were visiting Afghanistan. But we had a great time together and a lot of fun. I think it's when the BBC security people lost us because we got bored being cooped up in a hotel and berated us because we'd escaped from their care And we said, look, we're a downside safer here than you are. Rand speaks Arabic, I speak Hindi, and we both lived out here. So we're safer than you are.
Well, welcome to sunny South Africa. Actually, they've had the worst weather here in years. I'm in Umtata for the funeral of Nelson Mandela. But I couldn't, of course, fail to wish you, Robin, and your crew a very, very, very happy Christmas and a superb win in the Sydney to Hobart race. I know you'll do it. The time that I spent with you, Robin, and Rand Fines going around the loony places of the earth was one of the most enjoyable things that I've ever done. In fact, going around Cape Horn, absolutely superb. And you know, I would wear a gold earring if I could. But my abiding memory is of you pulling. Do you remember those horrible, horrible sledges up in northern Canada across the ice, and just hearing your language as you I thought you were referring to me actually at first when you said, "You bastard, I hate you." I thought, well, you know, that's Robin's way of being nice to me. But in fact, of course, it was the sledge, and I'll never get the voice out of my mind, and I'll never get the memory of your companionship out of my mind either, because it really was one of the finest memories that I have. Anyway, from fantastically sunny South Africa to what I'm sure is very sunny Australia, lots of luck, have a very, very happy Christmas, and I'll be thinking of you all the way.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, Sea Dog. Salam o Mujahideen, which means terrorist. This is a wee message from your old friend from Krypton Factor days, and even before that. I have never seen a 70-year-old prisoner escape so far and so fast as at BBC Wokingham Forest. Nor have I witnessed a more fearsome sight than RKJ with a thrust-out beard and an AK-47 at the ready. May you last forever, and more short-term, may you and your doughty crew members pass a very merry and noisy Christmas in the land of Oz.
I mean, that sense of adventure, whether it's in those sorts of programmes or getting ready for a race like this, you know, what is it now that the crew should be thinking about as Boxing Day approaches?
I think the crews, well, we know they're excited. Of course they're excited. This is a major event for them. They'll be looking at the weather, as we all are. They'll be realising that the light winds that were originally forecast and the following winds that we're going to see all the boats all the way down, that's gone. We're now looking at quite strong headwinds off Tasmania. Now, our crews have been through that in the Southern Ocean. Actually, a lot of these professional crews haven't. And I think the seamanship that we constantly push into our crews is going to show in this race. As far as I'm concerned, it's a success when all my 14 boats are in Hobart. And once they're all in there, we've won, frankly, and all my crews have won as well.
Well, I think we shall look forward to the race. Look forward to how they come in comparison to yourself, maybe.
Well, I've told them, if I beat any of the 70s, there's going to be hell to pay, and I'll be wondering what the heck they're playing at. But at the same time, by crikey, I'm going to be after them.
Okay, and Christmas Day, what do you have planned tomorrow?
I've got the whole shore team here, and we're going out to Bondi Beach, and we're going to have a Christmas on the beach, Christmas lunch, and I've got a little present for all of them, but they don't know about that yet.
Okay, well, a very Merry Christmas, and I'm looking forward to joining you on Bondi Beach tomorrow.
Yes, and you can just have to wait to find out what your present is.
Hey George, Bear Grylls here, just to say, thinking of you as you set sail for Sydney for the Southern Ocean. You got all the Scout world movement behind you, encouraging you, wishing you luck, Godspeed. As a Scout, I'm sure you're well prepared, but just say we'll be thinking of you, stay safe, and we'll be following you. Well done, buddy. Bye.
A warm Jamaican Christmas to the crew of our yacht, Jamaica Get All Right. We have been watching your progress with great anticipation and pride over these last months. We know that you are spending Christmas in Australia, and we hope that you will have a great time. We're looking forward to seeing you in Port Antonio next year when you get there sometime in May. We know that you have a particularly difficult part of the trip facing you in the early days after Christmas. That is the Sydney to Hobart portion of the race, and we wish you all the best. We are cheering you on with everything that Jamaica has to offer. Enjoy the Christmas with your family, and we look forward to seeing you next year in Port Antonio.
They are Jamaican Havaianas, so flip-flops. Yeah, so Jamaican flip-flops.
On behalf of all the crew of Jamaica Get All Right, we would like to thank you for all the presents and wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So yeah, it's been quite a long stop in Sydney. We've had quite some time to get the boat ready, and looking forward to the next race, the Sydney Hobart race, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a bit different for us. We're used to 12 boats in the fleet. Now it's going to be a lot more. So it's going to be a good race, hopefully.
Well, that just about brings us to the end of our Christmas Eve webcast special here at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia in Sydney. And as you can see, the party's starting to get in full swing behind us here. Before we go, just a reminder that there will be a live stream on Boxing Day of the teams departing here from 9 AM local time. That's 10 PM Christmas Day evening if you're going to be watching from the UK. So tune in, watch the guys leave, and then the full race, the Sydney Hobart race, is available on the official website. We'll put full details on our website and also on all our social media, so you won't miss a single piece of the action. Oh, and by the way, our race viewer is going to update every 10 minutes, so you really will be able to follow the action every inch of the way. So it only remains for me to say a very Merry Christmas to you all, a Happy New Year and a safe time. God bless you.